don't think he's saying that.
To be fair, sometimes I've had to hold back. I've had so many jokes about that. You know, when you said yesterday that your mobile network is called visible, I had so many jokes. And I was like,
alerts,
I need to close my mouth.
Alerts are all over Israel. Yeah. Are you watching this?
Yes.
On what?
On Jazeera and also on my phone.
Fake news.
Yeah. No, so the thing with Jazeera is that they literally only have two screens, one on Tel Aviv, one on...
Yeah, because they've shut them down.
And they shut them. Yeah, they did.
Because there's nothing from Iran coming over, so they can't really show anything.
But you see, Salma, but they put it on the sky, and then we just wait for the rockets to start entering.
No, there's nothing going over. That's why they've had to censor everything.
There was a reporter of Fox News reporting for Tel Aviv, and they were making him to not show certain parts of the building.
Oh, that was actually the Kiryat building, the Ministry of Defense, essentially, in Tel Aviv. He panned the camera. I believe if we're talking about the same video, he was saying that the missile hit the Kiryat building, and then they moved him away.
Yeah, that was
so
it's the same video.
Alarms are going off, which means 10 minutes away from a strike.
Yeah.
Don't lie to us, Edward. Don't lie to us. That's just your hearing.
I usually wait for one of those defense systems in Israel to go off. You know, I just look for one spark, and then I know that the rockets are about to...
There's no point debating.
Yeah, that's true.
Just agree to everything they say.
Okay, General, I don't know what's going on with you today. Did you have a bad encounter with the Zionists? I'm really mad today.
Edward, listen. Yeah. I charge people to listen to their bullshit.
$5,000 an hour.
Whatever it is, I charge them. If I'm having to discuss with these Zionists, I can't charge them.
Okay.
They don't have the money. They're having to donate it to the IDF.
It's like you just figured out
that... to donate diapers to the IDF.
And they would pay. That's the thing. They would pay for you to listen to their bullshit.
The military just announced that they did see...
it's coming. And I see the comments.
This is actually... It's supposed to be a big one, actually.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? Another thing is, when Israeli jets take off from Israel, how long does it take them to get to Iranian airspace?
I think about an hour. No.
It's 15 minutes.
Is it 15? No, because the cruise missiles, how fast do they move? Cruise missiles.
They're pretty fast. Not as fast as the jets, but they take about 13 minutes.
A cruise missile takes an hour.
Hold on, let me see.
It takes 13. The drones take a couple of hours.
Drones are like 8 hours. It depends on the drone, too. And maybe it depends on the cruise missile, too. I don't know.
My favorite thing is the
1.8 Mach. Sorry, go ahead.
The French people, oh my God, Reza's family are always crying on socials all the time. It's absolutely pathetic. I highly recommend following them just for the lulz. It's hilarious. Bad.
So listen to this. So I just put this into one of the AIs with regards to an F-35 flying from Israel to Iran direct, as in straight line. So it's not having to do any turns. If it flies at about 1.2 Mach, which is the maximum dash speed of the aircraft.
Wait, how much?
It will take... Say again, sorry?
How much? Sorry, I got kicked off.
1.2.
For a fighter jet?
For the F-35. That's the maximum speed.
No, I think it's more than that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think it's 1.7.
1.2.
I know. No, I think it's 1.7, 1.8. Something like that.
Remember, they've also got fuel extenders on them.
Right, but a Mach is the speed, not the range.
Yeah, I know that. So that's 1,400 kilometers per hour. Can you do? Hold on. Let me separate this. Yeah, maximum speed and that.
Give me speed.
Max speed.
They said only one explosion so far.
Yeah, I'm really loving that Edward became a fighter jet.
No, they updated that.
Maximum speed is 1.6.
Oh, 1,200 miles per hour.
Yeah, so 1.6.
Yeah, 1.6. And it also depends how high, Mach changes how high or low you are too.
Yeah, but so with regards to this, it says roughly, we can only estimate. We don't need exact. We're not doing any planning.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just move forward with the conversation. So it says here, if the aircraft was to go to between 1.2 and 1.5, it would take between 1.3 hours to 1.8.
Yeah, that sounds right.
One way. And that's dependent, obviously, there's other factors at play, what armaments the plane is holding, fuel tanks, and so on, if it's having to maneuver different airspaces. But this is a straight line. And Iran's ballistic missiles are taking 10-15 minutes to get there, which obviously are much faster.
Why is Trump sending all these updates to the news?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, Chucky.
My name is Amos Shabazz. Thank you very much. I'm just got an alert. It says breaking news. It says breaking news that White House says Trump to leave the G7 summit early, citing tensions in the Middle East.
This news was like 3 hours ago.
Yeah, that was 3 hours ago.
Well, I just got it.
And now he's saying that he has to go to Washington as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why.
They have a meeting. They're going to have a meeting because of what's going on in the Middle East.
Oh, are they?
Yep.
Yeah, I think they're going to trying to de-escalate is what they're trying to. That's I think what they're going to do.
Now I'm getting another update that Iran wants to have talks with the U.S. and Israel.
Yeah, Macron also gave a statement after that.
Proceed with that, Soma.
Oh my gosh, the French president also gave a statement after that. There's a lot going on politically. I think that's why there's not much happening. I just saw them launch from Tehran.
Wait, what did the French president say?
I'm gonna.
He said his wife abused him again.
No, the French president. No, he said that Trump said in the meeting that they can come to an agreement to stop the war.
Yeah.
Because
I figured Israel would be wanting to.
Yeah, but you have to remember, there's a lot of the saving face going on both sides.
Yeah.
Trying to come out on top. So the Israelis are probably saying we don't want to negotiate while they're begging for negotiation.
That's what they did with Hezbollah. That's what they did. That's what they do. General, they've been doing this with the Palestinians for decades.
Of course. So they're always trying to say, this is why I say you shouldn't take media reports of everything at face value.
But General, I don't. You're the one that's hurt right now.
No, I'm just not saying to you.
I'm joking.
Mr. Whatever your name is. I'm saying in general, what we tend to do, and I include myself sometimes, we report straight away, we'll say, Trump has said this, without reading between the lines.
It's also a competition.
We've got to be smarter, to be fair.
There is like a competition between them. Like, who's going to be the mediator? Because they have their own, things to get out of it. So they want to be...
Exactly. They're not impartial mediators.
Exactly. France is there for something.
Especially the French or Europeans or the Americans.
Definitely.
I also got another report that the U.S. will not be sending any bomber aircraft.
I got a report just now that Tom and Jerry are supplying weapons.
Well, the bombers are already there. They're in.
Scooby-Doo's involved as well.
What is it? Diego Garcia?
Yeah.
The bombers have been there. There's like 6 of them.
It's so funny that they got a base named Diego Garcia, but they want to take away Latinos from America. It's funny.
It's actually 8. And actually, they didn't invade Diego Garcia. They were invited by the British.
That's the point.
You're so naive, honestly.
So it sounds like they're working on a ceasefire agreement.
I actually read this, General, 1 second.
No, he was talking to you.
But read what Dr. Nimmer sent in the chat. I actually read this earlier. I don't know how, or even Sam, if you can
I read
this.
What's the summary?
I'm going to
so it's 8 members of the U.S. Senate are introducing a bill to prevent the U.S. from entering a war with Iran.
Amir, can someone Easy wants to go
this is MAGA is divided on.
Can someone bring Isaiah up?
Yeah, call Amir. Call Amir to send.
Amir, wake up.
Amir.
Bring whoever wants to come up.
What were you saying?
Are you sleeping?
No, I'm busy.
A lot of the libertarians that voted for Trump are like, we didn't vote for you for this. We don't want to be in a war. So
I would change the hand raising to invite by unmute, but the issue is we have a normal that comes in here.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that, please. Don't do that.
Amir, the fastest.
So you put everybody out the house and make everybody rejoin? Why can't we join the house again?
No, I can turn it off. I have the option.
No, she's talking about something else. Why would you have to rejoin the house again?
I had to. Hey, Chucky, what's going on?
Not much. I heard you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Amos, Shabazz.
So are we on the same page here? Are we on the same page? Are they? So is the U.S. and France, everybody signaling de-escalation mode?
Yeah, they want
doing
money.
this for a while, Edward.
What do you mean for a while? Like what's a while?
Like since it started, nobody wants an escalation from all these.
No, I know, but I mean, right now they're actually working on de-escalating.
Because there's the G7.
It's on and off. Like I think they're playing a game. To be honest with you,
it is. It's a cat and mouse game.
Yeah, they have their own interest in it.
So now they're saying CBS that the United States won't join Israel in their attack.
That genocide motherfucker was like today Tel Aviv, tomorrow New York. What the fuck is he talking about?
Because he's doing the same playbook as what they did with Iraq.
Who is she talking about?
Netanyahu. The same playbook. What they're trying to do is they're trying to say our problem is your problem. That they're not simply going after us. They're going to come after you. The same thing where Saddam Hussein could launch a nuclear weapon in 30 minutes and target Washington. Same bullshit.
When did they start even talking about this? 1982 or something like this?
No, yeah.
Jinder, were you there?
When did he become a part of the?
I am here.
He did
I think it was 92.
Right now?
I think it was 92. No. I think it was 92 airplane.
He did this, and Netanyahu also did this with Gaza. When just before he went in, he tried to say, this is a fight against barbarism or savagery, and the rest of the civilized nations, or something like this. So, it's all of us. Yes, he's really good. I like him.
Remember when it's the guy with the glasses? No,
he's a professor.
So it's Jeffrey Sachs.
Yeah.
He said one thing, that this motherfucker is one dark bastard. And he is.
Yeah, I remember about Netanyahu, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Trump put it up when he became president, or just before he became president. He put that clip up on his...
Really?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that? He put that... He's one dark son of a bitch. The whole thing.
I think I remember, yes.
There are some sirens.
Okay, Jindip, can you go out there and see if you can catch one? Because I really would like.
I swear to God.
Really would like.
Don't listen to him. He's begging for a free one.
Oh my God! Don't give it to an attorney, Jindip. You know how lawyers are. Don't, Jindip.
Bastard! You're not going to pay him. I will pay him.
Was anybody in the room with Ariel earlier today when he was asking what was the score in terms of civilian bodies?
The score?
Mm-hmm.
What a sicko.
He was in Lonzo's room. He was like, so what's the score? And Lonzo was like, what? He was like, yeah. How many Iranians are dead compared to how many Israelis? Any generals gone yet on the Iranian side? I think so. He sounded like a complete creep today.
He is an idiot. Like, Israel has a history of assassinating all these leaders. Like, nothing changes.
Jindib. You there, Jindib? Jindib?
Wait, Jindib, how far are you from the fighting?
He's going to collect one of my.
No, he's going to collect mine. Jindab, you need to put your arms out.
What the hell are you going to do with it?
Listen.
Edward, you can't see. What the hell are you going to do with it?
What do you mean? You have to see to have a piece of history?
To value and cherish. To value.
Oh, that's just you would go and give it to Huckabees or whatever the fuck auction houses over there.
No, I'd put it in a frame. I'd put it in my bedroom.
That's what I would do. But I need you to
listen. What the hell are you going to do? Stare at it?
Listen, people will see it when they come into my house. I'll be like, this is a part of history.
No, I want a piece of your house and see that.
I just realized you said Huckabees instead of Sockabees.
Oh,
Oh my God.
I don't know. Listen, they could be close. They could be connected. They could be connected. I don't know.
I hear you, bro. I got your back either way.
But listen, I know I have a plan for Jindab to catch one because these missiles from Iran, they also have optical guidance on them. So if you just wave your hands up in the air, it may see you. It may see you,
and that might target him.
Well,
no, seriously,
is that what you're trying to do?
Way too close to this.
See, Jindab, Jindab, don't
depends how close he can run.
He's not here. Jindab is not here.
Oh, he left.
See, look what you did. No, so we can make plans for him. Hey, you know what? He heard the sirens. He's like, let me see if I can go get some of these. Get some of these.
You have no You're disgusting.
I'm disgusting. You're the one that wants to pay him. Pay him.
I'm paying him for his effort.
An effort. See, I'm gonna.
He's going to pick up the piece of the Iranian missile and hand it over to me, and I'm appreciating that gesture. But you want to beg him for it and get it for.
I am not begging it. Listen, you aristocratic bastard.
Have you heard yourself? You sound like
you're on your knees.
Aristocratic bastard.
Listen, you heard yourself? You sound like you're on your knees begging.
Oh my God! Listen to this guy. This is what I'm going to do. You know why I don't have to beg, General? I don't have to beg because by the end of the year. Listen. I'll tell you why I don't have to beg. Because hopefully, if everything settles down by the end of the year, I will be over there, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of pieces, and I'll be able to buy 1 or 2 or 3 of them. And you know what? Because you're such an asshole, I will not sell you one. Unless you start being nice.
From you. You're going to charge me extra.
And Jindab won't. And Jindab won't.
You guys have such a dark humor. It's not even funny. Wait a minute. Speaking of, where the heck is? Do I even want to call her up?
Who? Point.
And
Point was here.
Don't mention the name 3 times, please.
I was going to say, do I that might be problematic.
Look at would you?
What?
You scare everyone away.
I want to understand why Israel keeps on targeting civilians. They targeted hospital. Why are they always targeting hospital?
Why do you have to question that? Look at Gaza. Look at Lebanon. Why are you questioning that now?
Disgusting. What are you going to say? There was a tunnel underneath there too?
Yeah, human shields. Even though that's been debunked with regards to Hamas and so on, it's actually the Israelis that are accused of using Palestinians as human shields. But we'll have that conversation and debate another day, Caleb.
That's funny. I was just going to say something to Caleb.
I mean, he's here, Caleb. He's listening.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
I know. I seen his name right there. I was going to say something. I forgot what it was now, but General threw me off.
See, I will give it to him, brother. Like, he sits here for a very long time. I think it's working.
What's working up now?
Like, he might change his position.
Caleb?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, he gets with other Zionists. He's a little...
He's an animal. Yeah, I know that, bro. All of them are the same. All of them.
I don't know. We'll see.
They're all the same, bro. Like, impossible.
Uh-oh. Here comes a response.
But your enemies, they think of you the same way you think of them.
Our enemies think of us.
Literally the exact same. Like, what you think of us is what we think of you. No, there is no... All Zionists are the same. You don't stand for what's right. You're literally the same.
That imagine propping up every night to be entertained by Palestinians. I talk about little man.
Wild.
I mean, yeah, we have a lot of Zionists that come in here almost every day, and it's almost like we have like this little subculture.
They need you.
It's interesting.
No, but they pop up, man, when they do something stupid. Like for example, they didn't show up for a few days before the attack on Iran. The attack on Iran happened. They came here for a little bit, and then they had to go back into their bunkers. And that's the same every day. They come here for a little bit, the alarms go off, they get back into their bunkers.
Black Rabbi earlier sounded like he was out of breath, or he didn't sleep all night. I was like, you can go to bed, Black Rabbi. I know you've been up all night.
He definitely did.
Are you serious?
He did. Yeah.
He sounded like he was tired.
So as they usually, the attack starts like, let's say 6 hours ago. But today, nothing yet. It's a little bit late, I think Black Hitler wasn't too comfortable with that, so he couldn't sleep.
I think there's not much attacking, maybe because they're working in the background right now.
I think it's because of Tehran. Yeah, Tehran. I think because of this thing about Tehran, nothing yet. Nothing major, at least.
But there was plenty this morning.
Yeah.
Like 100 missiles landed this morning.
Yeah, I get confused with this morning. Like our morning?
Mm-hmm.
This morning?
Our morning.
They did land today. They did have missiles land today.
Our time, right?
Yeah. Like, what, 5 o'clock?
Yeah,
so?
Fortunately, I'm up.
No, in the afternoon. I think they had one wave that didn't penetrate, and then another wave that came in and it did penetrate. But I don't know about this morning though. I just because I get the time. The time zones to me, they overcomplicate things for me. So I don't know what happened. Their nighttime versus our nighttime. Their morning versus our morning.
Yeah. I saw the or something like that. That 100 missiles landed.
No, not landed. No. And then I'm to be honest with you, I'm like 10 hours ahead of you guys, so I'm not too sure about when are you guys talking about.
Yeah, it was weird. I'm gonna look, but it's scary either way. I just don't understand. Like, to me, what's all of this volleying for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the next move? So we destroy some buildings and then we sit down and talk? That does seem like a little bit of a show. No? Doesn't feel real. Like, it doesn't feel like real war. It feels like war games. How many civilians have we lost on both sides? Anybody know?
It's going to sound very bad for me to say something like this. On the Israelis, not too much. On the Iranians, not too much.
No, the Iranians, they said they lost 224.
The Iranians took more than the Israelis. Yeah, and it's like
7 maybe Israelis?
No, there was more than that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. This is
look at that face.
This is how a war is supposed to be conducted. For the most part.
Over here, and then you don't want to finish drinking it.
A couple hundred people on each side.
Wednesday, we don't want to hear that.
Yeah, we don't want to hear about your water problems.
Yeah, your hot mic.
Yo, I know what I meant to ask you guys. Who is this apocalypse person?
Where do you see you?
Apocalypse?
She was also, I was in the room talking about how prejudiced certain Israelis were and how it was established by European Jews. And I knew she wasn't Jewish, and I knew she probably wasn't even really Ethiopian, because You know, it's almost like you speak Arabic or Hebrew. There's certain words everybody knows how to pronounce. So instead of saying aliyah, which is, you know, the naturalization process in Israel, she kept saying, what did she say? Aliyah. I was like, you're not freaking Jewish. Shut the hell up. Like, who are you fooling? She kept saying, and then she didn't say Beta Israel. She said, it was just weird. Not only that, but Ethiopians do not use the word falasha. Falasha is like the equivalent of nigger. Black people. It means stranger. It's the name that Europeans gave Ethiopian Jews. Yeah. So not the name that they gave themselves. So it was like a dead giveaway. But, of course, you find some self-hating black person. Caleb. Oh, no, there's no racism. Literally that's screaming. Guy, wasn't anything major. You missed that guy, Zelda. He was... No. So
the White House... Wednesday, please don't bring up Zelda. No one bring up Zelda. Go ahead.
Zelda's a woman's name. It was a guy named Zelda?
Yeah, it's a guy. You've talked to him before as a... No, he drains brain cells out of you. No one bring up Zelda.
Okay, consider it that. Certainly won't say his name 3 times in a minute.
You know, you've talked to him. You know who I'm talking. You went to. He's an Ethiopian Jew from Israel, broken English.
Oh, okay, maybe.
He literally doesn't know
government or the way it's established.
No, he doesn't know where the West Bank is. He doesn't know where the West Bank is.
Wow,
the guy is.
Which is insane.
It is.
He's how many Ethiopians were forced when they came, which is another dead giveaway. Imagine you don't take, like, you're bringing them home and to the Jewish homeland. Yeah, we're going to establish their communities near a nuclear reactor. Yep, that's what we do.
And sterilize them.
And then pour out their blood. That was another one, remember? I don't know if you remember that one, but that was also in the news, where they made blood donations, and because it was assumed that the blood was tainted and diseased, nobody else on the planet but them, they took their blood and they threw it out. Literally in the street.
Disgusting. Airplane, I put a link in the chat. That's Mahmoud Oud. And he's the one, he currently right now is live, but he's only running all the footage of what happened in Israel, like a compilation.
Edward, when did you become Edward the Great?
I've always been.
Are you serious? Maybe I only saw the Edward. I know I saw TV, but I thought that was on some like phone home shit. I didn't think it was the Great. Woohoo!
That nobody actually notices that. It's funny.
I have a question.
Yes.
What makes you great?
What makes me great? Well, here's the number one thing.
Go on.
I'm not an attorney.
Really?
Boom. Done.
Give me a sec. I'm going to contact these Iranian militants and get them to divert you.
So hilarious. Good Lord.
Yeah, I want to meet General. General, if I come to the UK,
I'd rather shit in my hands than clap.
Wait, can I just say that
is an interesting break.
Have a way of talking. Mm-hmm. I'd rather shit in my hand. Wait, what did you say again?
Get in his hands and clap.
Guys, I apologize. I'm watching the news right now. China and Russia has just said a couple of minutes ago to their own people to leave Tel Aviv right now. It's going to be very messy. So if the government...
They probably got 24 hours.
No. It's coming within a couple... I would say at least max 1 to 2 hours later. It should be the max. And they're saying they need to leave immediately. I just
want the news now. Leave where?
Tel Aviv. They need to leave.
Go to Jordan and then to
China and Russia are telling their people to leave Tel Aviv immediately?
Yes. Immediately. I just got news now. It's on Turkish media.
No, Becky, they didn't put it out the same way you were saying it, but I like the way you're saying it, you know. Very interesting.
Very
No,
dramatic.
but see, I don't like
How do they actually put it out?
I mean, for
No, are
me,
you
I
guys
mean,
serious? Like, really
I'm serious. I'm serious.
But I like the way you're saying it. I'm not saying you're
Can you
wrong.
send us a link?
Like, well, what did they say? Airplane.
They said what he said, but they said they need to evacuate, like leave, and they have to look into crossing borders, travel on land, and make their way out of there.
There's no way out of Israel right now.
Out of Jordan.
Immediately,
That's the only
2
way.
hours. No, not that. But it's nice the way he said it, yeah.
No, but if look, you gotta think of it like this, yeah. If the government is telling you to leave it because it's gonna be rain,
But they didn't say 3 hours, did they?
No, they didn't say hours.
Okay, so the alarms have already been called in Tel Aviv. That was about within 34 minutes ago. It was called, so it should be arriving anytime soon.
Yeah, this is true. But this is it's been like this for the last 3 days. Yeah, but
Urges citizens to leave.
Oh no, man, this one's really bad. Apparently,
They're
this
doing
was
interviews on Channel
they did say
13.
it's gonna be very bad. They did say that's gonna be bad, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's gonna be really bad. Apparently, this one.
They're interviewing people in the bunkers on Channel 13 if you want to watch
Oh,
that.
God.
It's hilarious.
What can you actually say in a bunker? Like, there's nothing interesting that you could say. Well, look, I'm in a bunker.
Oh, yeah, that's why I'm like,
Well,
what
why
do you
don't
do
you get down
interviews
for a
in the
sec?
bunker?
Why do you
It's
get
a cube. There's my toilet.
They don't
It
have
looks like a
toilets.
prison cell.
There is no
Edward, why don't you
toilets.
get in a bunker and tell us?
Why would I get in the
Don't
bunker?
look like that, guys.
Huh?
What?
Damn. Russian. Well, it says that Russian embassy has been saying this for the last 16 hours.
Yes, and Germany and France and everyone is telling them, go to Jordan, leave through Egypt, just get the fuck out of...
Russia tells its citizens to leave Israel now as tensions rise. Damn.
I told you.
No, you didn't tell us. We already knew.
I paraphrased it, but it's the same thing.
You paraphrased it.
Paraphrased it.
Paraphrased it. It's a little different.
But hey, sometimes the paraphrase, it needs to be done.
Yeah, but you came in like you were rushing.
Becky, you made it
No,
sound that.
this is bad.
Listen,
This
you
is
made
looking bad. I can't lie.
Oh, that was like a grab your shit and run type.
No, Becky.
Yeah.
He made it sound like all of us in this room are from Russia and China, and we're all...
Yeah. Like, we gotta drop everything now and
I
leave.
swear I felt Chinese for about 5 minutes. It was like,
I almost thought it was Chinese.
I'm packing.
Also, Donald Trump has said that he won't be attacking Iran, so that's good at least.
Yeah, but he says many things.
I was gonna say that's for now until he has a hamburger and it'll be something else.
Yeah,
but a lot of the ones working with Trump and the White House and the Pentagon are saying the same thing too.
Yeah, but I don't trust them.
Ready?
Yeah, there's momentum behind. There's too much momentum not to attack at this point. It sounds like. I mean, unless this is some massive rouge, which I don't see it as being that.
You know what? For a minute, I was feeling like that, but I don't. Every time I see this stuff, literally, I feel like crying. Only because I'm like, could you imagine being in those places? This time last year. Yeah, this time last year, my sister, brother-in-law, and her 4 kids were there. This is really sick that people are suffering because of these sorry-ass bastards. This is retarded.
As a bitch, what they did to Gaza and the people inside of Gaza is happening to them right now. Do I feel sorry for the ones that maybe don't support this stuff that happened in Gaza? Yes, I feel sorry for them. But the ones that supported and never said anything about what's happening in Gaza, I feel nothing towards them.
Likewise.
They have a chance to leave. Let them leave. The government is not allowing them to leave. They're literally taking boats.
They have a chance that the people in Gaza never got. I feel you, but you know what? I'm still feeling like there are so many innocents, and I probably feel very much the way you do. But I also feel like there are so many beautiful people who want nothing to do with Netanyahu, who want nothing to do with the government genocide.
I agree.
But let's not forget how they were partying on TikTok and everything, and mocking the Gazans. Let's not forget that also.
What she's saying is that a lot of people there probably don't feel or act like we've been seeing on TikTok and all this stuff. Yeah, I believe that, but And you have Kadlev, for example, he's saying two different situations. Okay, what you did on Gaza is happening to you. I don't care what the situation is, but it is happening.
But you bro, you know what? We're not even talking about those little fragile, I never ever want to fight as a teenager. And so now I feel like my balls are swelling watching Israeli missiles hit Iran. I'm not talking about those people. I am talking about real people in real time living in parts of Palestine and Israel who have Israeli and Muslim and Palestinian friends and who just want to live and raise their children. I'm not talking about those sorry ass bastards who have serious psychological issues that they play out, pretending to be on a world stage. I'm not talking about those folks. And you know what? I am talking about those who I met there, who, you know what I mean, from all sides, who are beautiful, loving people. And I'm not saying all sides the way Trump would. I'm saying that I have friends from all over the world, and most of them would never condone. I wouldn't even say most. None of them would condone what they saw in Gaza. None. They'd be the first people to stand between a child and some craziness like that. But those are the people you don't see. You don't see those people, talking on the news. Just see a bunch of idiots.
I can't believe that Israel attacks Iran. And when Iran attacks back, Israel complains about, they're killing civilians.
Pathetic.
They're killing civilians. And, this is when, three people died. Killing civilians after they killed 60,000 Palestinians.
Not trying to be funny. This is what they do.
Yeah.
You're standing on Palestinian babies' heads. Did you see the terrorists? They were only 6 months old. Sick. This is psychological. It's not even just like a regular war. This is really sick.
If this is what you guys do.
So, Sister Izzy, the issue is it's actually 82% of them that agree on expulsion of Gazans. So majority of them, they agree. So there's a smaller population, which is, I would say, 20% of them, right? Or 18% of them, because they did a survey. This was
Amir.
These are done by the University of which was it? Philly. The survey was done on which
University of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and the another survey shows 56%. They want 56% of them agree on kicking the Arab Israelis out of Israel, and in 2016. The Pew Research did it was at 48%. They want to kick the Arab Israelis out of Israel. So, there's a problem amongst a society and we see people that are Israeli born. Like this sister comes in here, M. Rose. She was born and raised in Israel, but she's anti-Zionist. So she said we can live happily in one state. We don't need like this 2-state, 3-state. We can live happily in one state. She was born and raised in a leftist household, and then she started looking into more and more history. And she said people like her, there's about 10 to 20,000 of them. They're very minority,
I mean, maybe it's just who I hang up with, but most of the Israelis I know, even some of them have been in the idea. It sickens them to their stomach. Like, they have friends who literally committed suicide. They couldn't live with themselves. Like, it can only go so far before your natural instinct kicks in. It's like, this shit is really gross. This is terrible.
I remember the guy that he was giving an interview last year, and he was laughing about running over Palestinians in Gaza with the bulldozer, civilians. And then a couple of weeks later, he committed suicide.
Yeah, there's a lot of people's kids who that's happening to. Especially if, their parents were, civil rights activists and they grew up, with any kind of sense of humanitarianism. You know what I mean? They're sick of themselves. Shit. I mean, the same thing happened to us here in this country. People came home from Vietnam not knowing what the fuck to do with themselves. They could not, no matter how much rhetoric, they could not convince themselves that what they had done was okay.
The craziest thing article I read, actually, was, I think, the first half of 2024, and it was in Haaretz. It was in Hebrew, not in English. It was a Hebrew edition, and it was they were interviewing soldiers, reservists that were in Gaza. They were eating, going into Gazan homes where the Gazans fled, the Palestinians fled, and they were going into the homes and they were talking about, the kinds of food that they make with the food that's left over, and the Palestinians have the best spices and the best olive oil, and they make all these dishes and everything, and guess where? But here's the crazy part. Guess where it appeared in the guess what section in Haaretz it appeared in?
Stop it! I'm almost sick to my stomach now.
It appeared in the food and entertainment section.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, no joke. That's where it appeared. It was a culinary piece.
Yo, guys, I want to say one thing. If America ends up going to war, it's gonna be the end of this country. The Jews, yes, Jews. I don't give a shit. They're fucking all these Jews.
And this, can you
but it's freedom of speech. I was gonna say that, but I think it reminded me. The Jews want to start World War III, bro, and they're not gonna send. They're not gonna send their fucking children to die. They're gonna send the goyim.
Just to tell you, so you know.
What device are you using? iPhone or Android?
I have an iPhone.
No, you tried it.
Listen, bro. Listen, I just came in. Listen, bro. Listen. I'm gonna say the Zionist Jews. They want you to die for Israel, bro. They're not gonna send their children. They're obviously gonna send whatever slur they use. Okay, so I just hope this country does not go to war for Israel, bro. Let that parasite cancer be destroyed.
It's happening, Ennis.
It is gonna happen, my dear brother. Trump is a Zionist country. Biden.
Wait, hold on 1 second. When has that ever happened?
Well, sister, I'm not saying, I'm talking about Zionist Jews. Yes, the neocons were Zionist Jews.
What I'm trying to ask you is, when has the U.S. ever sent soldiers? That's how you know how serious somebody feels about it.
They did, my sister. They sent to Iraq 2003. 2003. So what did America send? Do you think they just sent like...
1 second. Apparently, the defense system that they sold to Israel, they do have U.S. Army soldiers foot on the ground. About 70 to 100 of them. Yeah. And the other stuff, they just delivered, I think, a couple batteries as well. And these are all part of the U.S. military.
Yeah, the THAAD system. The armies runs a THAAD system, not Israelis.
But I'm saying like sending in troops on behalf of Israel. I don't think they're that overt, are they, Edward?
No, he's talking about the Iraq War, because Netanyahu.
Thank you so much.
Was the spearhead, for he was going around telling everyone that there was weapons of mass destruction, and then that.
It wasn't just him, Edward.
The U.S.
Edward, it wasn't just him, my dear friend. Paul Wolford, Douglas Heath, all these Zionist Jews. Who are they? Are they Muslim? Are they Christian? Yes, our side is Christian. You have to call them Zionist Jews. I'm not saying all Jews, by the way, okay? I haven't taken Jews. I'm saying they're Zionist Jews. Even there's a guy named Max Blumfeld. I like him, a Jewish guy. He even said the Iraq War was for Zionist Jews. Okay? It was for Zionist Jews. So now, yes.
About oil?
Huh?
It wasn't about oil. It wasn't about oil, yes. It wasn't about oil. And also, it was about promoting the Israeli cellular colonial project, and now sadly they're gonna do it to Iran. Iran has 90 million people. They have China. It's going to be bad for this country. I hope they don't go to fucking war because these guys are fucking Jews. I hate to say this. Let them fight each other. Let them actually stay out.
Take a deep breath. Listen to the sound.
It's freedom of speech, bro. General, unfortunately, General.
You have an iPhone.
General, it's freedom of speech, my dear brother. Unfortunately, it's freedom of speech, bro.
He said, listen to the sound of my voice. Yeah.
Yes.
Unfortunately, General, I have
this is how Ennis comes in the room. When you're
talking, just calm down. You can have as much time as you want when you're saying things.
I'm high as fuck, bro. I'm high. That's why I'm high. I have like weed. I have like my fucking vape. I just have my fucking like a roll or whatever. I'm a little bit high, so my bad. I hope you guys don't mind me. That's why when
so you're stoned right now, and you're.
I do that. Weird. Like, okay, this is very funny. So
I don't smoke, by the way. I'm joking, but listen.
Oh,
I just get high when I can drive it. That's why, like, literally, you know, whatever.
Okay, and
that's why.
Making sense. Okay.
I don't smoke, by the way. That was a joke, by the way. I don't smoke. Alhamdulillah. But listen, though, Edward, whenever I'm in this group, I'm only here to share my political opinion, listen to what people are saying, and cook the desserts.
Yeah, but that's what we're all here for.
What is wrong with him, Lord?
Ennis is he's Somali, and they're very energetic and passionate about everything. Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'8". I'm 5'8".
I would have said 5'2".
I knew it.
That's not bad.
You know what? But the ones that are short, like 5'1", 5'2", they're the spiciest.
Yeah, they are.
The energetic, spicy one. Yeah.
Like you were like,
that's why I asked him how tall he was.
You're like 50 pounds wet. What the heck are you doing?
but this time, I mean, usually he'll come in and he'll say "Salam alaikum, my brothers and sisters." Yeah, but when he does it, it still sounds like he's threatening somebody.
Yeah.
It does. But in his defense, he's only what? What are you, in your early 20s?
I'm 24 years old, brother.
So he's a young guy in college.
Listen, I'm very passionate about this cause, though.
You're very passionate about everything, Anna.
No. About this cause,
he's ever come in here not hype.
No, exactly. That's a good word. He is hype.
I'm very passionate about this cause, bro, because you know why?
Why?
If you do not speak up, it can happen to any of us in the future. That's why I'm very passionate about Palestine. I've always been very passionate about Palestine ever since I was a little kid. But now that I'm older and I use social media, I'm literally being exposed to the truth every single day.
No, I'm not mad at that. I can dig it.
But Anna, sometimes having the loudest voice when you're screaming, sometimes people don't want to listen to that.
Yeah, the loudest voice.
You're right, bro. You're right.
Take your time with it.
You're right, bro. You're right.
And be very coherent. Because
you have a lot of information, and people will listen to you because they know that you're informed. You know.
Yeah, but right now you just sound like you're walking back and you're pacing back and forth and out of breath.
Yeah.
I did came out of the gym, guys. I came out of the gym a few minutes ago. I just got about to smoke.
Of course you did.
I'm walking to the rest of the time that I killed.
Just be careful out there, okay? That's another thing. Like, they are literally grabbing people up left and right.
Right.
Scary.
So, Amir, I don't know, Amir, if you're listening, my friend was in Jack's room earlier, and I guess he's anti-Israel?
Anti-Zionist.
My friend is a Zionist.
Yeah, he said he's anti-Zionist. And I think
he's fucking lying.
Well, okay, to be fair, we have been trolling him a lot. Okay?
We?
Okay, I've been trolling him a lot. But I did apologize to him, but today, he didn't say...
I think he was trolling Jack. No,
he was talking very normally.
He has some mental illness.
We have to take responsibility for our actions. I guess I have to take responsibility for my actions. I'm trying to get him to unblock me now.
What do you mean we?
No, I said I.
But you got some shit with you too. Like I was half asleep and like listening, and every third word was like, "Yep." Well, I didn't really mean to call him a tranny. That wasn't my fault.
I made him crash out the other day.
Edward.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt with what you're saying. You know that thing that you said earlier on, when in, I believe, Tel Aviv, the missile went up and then it fired back on itself?
Yeah.
I just saw that video on Al Jazeera right now.
That's only one video. There's
so the missile goes up and it turns around and comes back on itself.
Isn't it funny?
There's other videos. There's videos where the missiles go up and they hit each other. They target each other. And then there's videos of missiles coming down exactly where the just before the Iranian missile hits, it comes down in the same exact spot as where the Iranian missile comes down.
The report coming in, it's breaking on Al Jazeera. Iranian media say preparations are underway for the largest and most intense missile attack on Israeli soil and then under it, what's happened so far is simply testing Israeli defenses.
Which would make sense for Iran, because that's exactly how they do things. These
They're
people are some of the most...
Before they fire everything.
They do. You should have seen like True Promise 1 and 2, like all the the articles I read about how they did. I told you about this, right? Like how
you did, yeah.
And how they sent in the drones strategically. They knew they were going to be knocked down, but they wanted to see
who stands up, which missile system kicks in.
Exactly, and they mapped the whole thing out. And this is and this. I know the articles are true because Hezbollah was able to take. They had all these really fancy missiles underground. They didn't use them. They instead used the Katyusha rockets because after that, the True Promise 1, the Katyusha rockets were able to literally go in. Now, before that, the Katyusha rockets would be easily, nearly 100% of them would be shot down by the Iron Dome. After the True Promise 1, the Katyusha rockets would go in, the Iron Dome, or nothing would even go, no siren would even go off. You can see the videos. The sirens would go off when they reach West Jerusalem. And that's planning.
Hakir Tel Aviv. Hakir Tel Aviv. That's my favorite song, bro. It's one of my favorite songs, bro. Hakir Tel Aviv. Hakir Tel Aviv. I don't give a fuck, bro. Let them get nukes, bro. I don't give a shit. You know how many children are dead in Gaza? It's not even a joke, bro. I feel every time I see an Israeli get killed, I enjoy it, bro. I celebrate
why would you want to get that? Why would you want to let them get nuked?
No disrespect, bro. The second country that I hope they get nuked is UAE because you guys are also Zionists and still having us there.
So you want to hold the fuck up. So you want to
you're a Muslim.
Zionists in the UAE and you want to take out the rest?
Why not, bro? UAE are Zionists, bro. Come on. UAE are Zionists. I hope they get nuked. Bring it on.
Right.
You were warned not to talk that way.
Your words carry spiritual weight.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Like, I'm not saying 1 minute that you shouldn't feel what you feel because you're justified. But I think that's the beauty of being a Muslim. I think that's the beauty of being a Jew. That you know that God gives you a certain power. And it lies in your tongue. It lies in your mouth. Who you bless will be blessed. And who you curse will be cursed. Let Allah, let God, let Hashem deal with people as He sees fit. But don't come into that place. Don't judge lest you be judged. We got to be really careful about the things we say. We don't want to become hateful because other people are hateful around us.
Do you know what UAE they do in Sudan? Do you know what they do in Somalia? Like, I'm Somali. They do a lot of fucked up shit in my country, so I hope they get nuked.
You were warned by Amir. You're warned by everybody for months now. You need to stop.
Okay.
All right.
But honestly, don't forget that there's people within Emirati society, there's people within Saudi society that are standing up against their governments when they commit crimes and they aid and abet crimes in Gaza, Sudan, in Libya. So just don't think that because even if there's 10,000 Zionists in the UAE, there's a million others that aren't.
Wait, General, who?
Sorry? Well, he doesn't know all of them.
No, but like who? Like name me one that's actually like an authoritative figure over there in, I don't know, Saudi or Emirati, and they're going against the government. Who?
Bear with me, I'll get you some names. Actually, they executed one.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but that's
you asked one of the names. That's one of the names.
That's
the cost that it comes with. Exactly.
People are willing to put this is the problem.
That's what I'm saying,
though, bro. People are willing to put their lives on the line to stand up for justice. Okay. And then
name me someone that's not dead or in jail.
They don't exist.
Okay, but name me someone that's not dead or in jail.
Wait, hold on.
Many names.
Hold on. If somebody executed...
That's an authoritative figure over there in Saudi or Emirati or...
Yeah, but I didn't say authoritative figure. I said there are people that are standing up.
Yeah, there's normal people that might live in, I don't know...
many normal people can overthrow governments.
Like
but if somebody's being executed,
but we're in the Saudi government. We're not talking about other governments. We're talking about Saudi governments, the Qatari governments, the Emirati governments. Like
once the ball starts rolling, dictatorships don't last.
That's true.
I wouldn't necessarily say that the Saud family are dictatorship, bro.
Your general, I apologize. Your general, I actually
the royal
apologize
family,
for what
I wouldn't say that that's a
They're not a
dictatorship.
dictatorship?
That's like
Your
me
general.
saying, that's like me asking you, is China a dictatorship, bro?
Yes.
So is Russia a dictatorship?
To an extent, yes.
Hell yeah.
So I feel like we have a bit of a disagreement there still.
You have a dictatorship. You have a dictatorship. You have a dictatorship.
Huh?
Seriously? You're funny.
Yeah, I don't know who still posts pictures like that in 2025.
Your general, I actually want to apologize and take back what I said.
I guess it is 2025.
It was a little bit, I got a little bit emotional, bro.
Anas, I appreciate the position you're in. We are all passionate because we see our people getting obliterated.
Exactly,
I understand the position.
I see veteran, bro. I spoke to a veteran once, bro. I told him straight up. He had like a PTSD from the war in Iraq. Bro, if this country goes to war, wallah, it's going to be bad for America, bro. It's going to be horrible. It's actually going to be much worse than Iraq 2003 because now
it's going to be 10 times worse.
You don't know how bad American veterans are treated in the U.S.
Thank you. I see it every day, bro. I see it every day, bro.
They need so much psychological. I mean, they don't even get the care they need. It's a lot of them end up homeless.
Yeah, they do.
And you see those guys who are shooting everything up 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10.
Yep. Because they couldn't get the help they needed.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel bad for them. I see it every day, guys, on Southfield Freeway, whatever.
Second, bro. You know, White House just announced that Channel 14, which is the Israeli channel, when they put out that U.S. jets were involved in attacking Iran, is a lie.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Really?
Like they're saying Channel 14 when they're saying that Channel 14 is lying. In other words.
Yeah, specifically Channel 14.
Channel 14, yeah.
Channel 14. I think that's Netanyahu's channel.
Yeah, it's the one where they interview people in the bunkers.
Yeah, it's Israeli, but I think it's a Netanyahu channel. Pro Netanyahu channel.
Yeah.
Goodness.
14 and 13 and 12. These 3.
I think 2 or 3 of them are going to be knocked out by Iranian missiles.
Yeah, they already sent them warning to empty. I think it's Channel 12 and 14.
Yeah.
They sent them warning, asking them to evacuate their buildings.
Well,
this is important. So they're saying
of Iran. So
they're saying that the White House is saying that the report is not true.
Yeah.
And how do they put it? Like, what do they say?
How did they put it?
Yeah.
They're just saying that the reports from Channel 14 that our jets got involved in attacking Iran.
Yeah. So they're probably saying yeah, they're probably saying those bastards are lying.
Yeah.
This is major. This is major. They're not on the same page.
And they're saying right now, like the Minister of Defense is saying that Trump is still going after Iran to come to an agreement.
Someone's breaking up.
Maybe.
No, you're fine there.
So, Minister of Defense in Israel?
U.S.
Oh, Secretary of Defense.
Secretary of Defense.
Is saying what?
Trump is still willing to for an agreement with Iran.
Yeah. So they know that Israel's trying to get them. You know, Netanyahu fucked up. I think my theory. I'm still holding on to my theory that cyber attack that lasted under 8 hours was supposed to last 2 or 3 days. I'm still holding on to that theory, and it didn't. And then the Israelis found themselves in some shit because Iran wasn't supposed to attack.
Wait, guys, can I ask a question? I'm sorry, I just jumped back in. Is Yaakov a Zionist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he is.
Yeah.
Edward, he is.
He's well.
He's a little bit.
There's no pussyfooting about it. He is.
Yeah, he is. I heard him in another room, man. He is.
He just pretends to be harmless and like a little fly in the wall, but no, he's devious and has bad intentions.
Yeah. All of them. You can't trust these people. You cannot.
It says the Iran regime begins to fall or something like that.
Oh.
Just agree with them. Okay. Already finished.
No, when I went in the room.
So as a good question, you can ask them. When you hear that, when you hear them saying something like this, just ask them what happens next. Let's say that the regime falls. What's next? They're not going to give up their nuclear program, and Iran is not going to fall. Iran is going to still be there. So what's next if that regime falls?
I got kicked off.
They're just using it as an excuse, to justify what they're doing. Oh, we're the good people trying to get rid of this bad regime. No, you guys are not going to get rid of them.
But no one is buying it, though. That's the thing, Airplane. The world is not buying it.
No one believes anything coming out of these people's mouths.
Of course.
Well, hopefully, the people in Tehran are not stampeding because of Trump saying, get out of Tehran. That's the irresponsible thing for a world leader to do, is create panic amongst the people.
It's 10 million people, point. 10 million in Tehran. Around 10 million people living there.
Yeah, but all I need is 1 million to stampede.
True.
Hopefully they do it over you, Point.
It's not funny. Imagine you
Yes, it's
in
actually
another
quite
country.
hilarious.
Imagine you in another country. The head of state of another country said, you all better evacuate, right? It wouldn't be funny because you would be leaving.
Point, you wouldn't want me to be a head of state.
So point, listen. Do you think the U.S. is going to be directly involved in this, or maybe just because he knows that Israel is about to do something?
Absolutely. This guy,
Directly.
Hegseth, is itching to be involved in anything on a global level. He's a loser. So either they'll be involved.
They're posturing right now for a de-escalation.
How's it you're talking over me and I was talking? How's that possible?
They're attacking right
How's
now.
that fucking possible?
Who's attacking? Wait, calm down.
Iran is attacking
Iran is attacking in Israel, yeah.
Well, we already know that. You're late.
No, it's just happening now.
Oh, we're all listening.
You're late.
Turn on your TVs, you're gonna see, but we can't see everything. We can just see, like, I think.
So the U.S. would be involved.
Shamal Israel. That's all we can see.
And I couldn't finish answering the question.
You're saying they will directly attack Iran?
No, Palantir is heavily involved. So all I'm saying is between these clowns, Netanyahu, Trump, and Peter Thiel, there's no way Trump would say evacuate Tehran unless he knew of concrete plans to have major explosions. You know what I'm saying? Of course, right.
Yeah, I'm not saying he doesn't know. I'm just, questioning whether or not the U.S. will directly attack, or is it just Israel? I know he knows some things about to happen there.
Wait, hold the hell up. I'm looking at civilians.
Haifa is getting attacked in the north.
What are you watching, Asuma?
Al Jazeera, they're showing everything, and also I have another.
Also,
mine is not showing yet.
Wait. Trump posting.
Airplane, keep us informed.
Salma is also watching. I thought I'm the only one who's watching this.
Morning.
I'm always watching. Always.
But I think Salma is getting hers before me, to be honest. Mine is not showing anything yet.
Okay, both of you keep us informed.
Yeah, what are you going to do with the information anyway? Go in a bunker?
So you don't think
saw them crossing the Lebanese airspace.
Yeah, now they're showing the red alert. So, Point, you don't think that maybe Trump said this just to kind of test the waters with the Iranians and see how they'll respond to it?
Yeah. If you read the tweet,
Now you can see it on Jazeera.
If you read the tweet word for word, you read between the lines. He's not that crafty or sophisticated an individual. He's an idiot.
But a lot of yeah, sorry.
You're not sorry. You would do it again and again and again and again.
Our favorite Irani is in the room. Sanna. Salam alaikum.
Just like Edward just did, you see?
Point, I really, really, really need you to stop centering yourself.
This is why I would never go to dinner with you. Yeah, I'd never go to dinner with any of you because you talk over each other with food in your mouth too.
All you have is tuna and sardines. Why would we want dinner with you?
Yeah, Point. I apologize for interrupting you, Point. But you chose to bitch about it. So now
yourself a lot, Point.
Stupid ass. You stupid ass. Don't ask me any more questions, Airplane.
Fuck up, you bitch ass.
What the hell?
I'll beat your ass in a bunker.
I'll beat your ass in a bunker.
Blow the bunker.
General, you're supposed to be diplomatic, General.
Yeah, I hope you get bunked in the butt.
Gloves are off.
Yeah.
What? Lord, that is such a bad visual. Can you stop?
Sina, what did you want to say? Sina, what did you want to say about the Iran?
I'm going to lock Point and Amos in the bunker and leave them alone.
No, they might end up reproducing.
If the U.S.
Edward, that was so
if the U.S. attack Iran, the whole area will go under fire, and then you have to buy $20 per liter. I mean, benzene, diesel.
I'm okay with that, actually. I've bought an electric car.
If the U.S. attack Iran...
Okay. No,
but not all are okay with that. And
you can see
and we're going to hit all the U.S. air bases around. We have those missiles which can reach the U.S., Canada, and then we will show them what we have. If they want to attack,
it doesn't look like that the U.S. is going to go in. They've made statements in the last couple of hours. They're contradicting.
But you know what he mentioned about the missiles and the rockets about reaching the U.S., Canada.
Yeah, they have them.
They actually do. Yeah. Okay, Augustina, what's happening in Tehran now? Like, how are the people reacting to this message that he sent?
Believe me, brother, we are just living our lives, brother. Nothing is happening. We have gas, we have petroleum, we have electricity, water, food. If you go to supermarket, they have offers, buy one, get one for free. We are in no rush. I mean, we are just doing the normal life because we have been ready for this. And we have seen hard days. I mean, we're not like Israelis, brother. We have had 8 years of war with Iraq, the whole war with Saddam Hussein. And then we had the proxy wars, and then we had sanctions, We are an independent country, brother. Yes, we have problems, but food, gas, electricity, water, education, doctors, hospital, everyone is just working. That's it. Me, I'm now sitting in Tehran, smoking my joint, just watching TV. That's it. And if a missile come to my home, so that's my...
be careful.
That is the most out-of-place statement. I'm just smoking my joint.
Free food. Yeah, when people offer you buy one, get one free in food, be careful because maybe they figure out it's your last meal. Be careful with that.
Point, you're not making any sense. Day by day, you stop making sense. Come on. The guy is actually in Iran.
I'm just being honest. God.
He's being honest. He's in Iran.
Yeah, but Trump issued a statement about Tehran.
Trump issued another statement. The White House issued a statement about contradicting what Channel 14 and Israel said. You know how major this is?
But Edward, it doesn't change the fact that
Trump is not God. Trump is not God. He can make any statement he wants. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but it's not. No, Senna, he's making statements that the U.S. is not getting involved. And Israel made a statement earlier that on TV said that the U.S. is bringing, I forgot what they said, fighter jets in, and the U.S. came out, the White House came out a little while ago, like 20 minutes ago, and said, this is not true. We are not bringing fighter jets in. We're not attacking Iran.
Why would you believe a guy with 34 millions?
Because it's the entire White House, it's the entire establishment. It's not one person.
You're naive. You're very naive.
That's not naive. That's how politics works in the U.S. Where are you? Are you not in the U.S.? Maybe you're not.
Criminal. You believe criminals when they make a statement?
I don't believe in one-dimensional analysis.
Oh, but you do believe he's a criminal.
Yes, I believe he's a criminal.
So you go around taking advice and listening to statements from criminals.
I don't believe in one-dimensional analysis point. That's not how I live.
I think you should evacuate Tehran. The criminal said so.
We are ready for the big war. I mean, it will take place sooner or later, you know. It's just a matter of time. And we know it since 40 years ago when we got involved with the U.S. in Persian Gulf in the end of the war. I mean, it was in 1988. Yes, 1988. Our hands were empty after 8 years of war. We had almost nothing, but we were fighting the U.S. in the Persian Gulf waters. Today, our hands, brother, you have no idea what we have. If USA
48
makes
hours,
wrong move,
in 48 hours, you won't have a Tehran. That's my issue.
Okay.
He's a
You
convicted
don't have
felon.
facts to back this up.
Point. Iran is not Tehran. Point. Give me a minute. Iran is not Tehran. Iran is 1,700,000 kilometers.
That's not my point. I just said if a convicted felon
in every single town in Iran, we have mountains.
Why are you talking
Wait,
over me?
point.
Why are
every
you talking
single
over me? No. You keep saying wait.
No problem.
No more wait.
Point. Please keep the
Goodbye.
keep your fucking mouth off.
I'm leaving, you stupid ass.
Goodbye. Yeah, go to hell.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, go to hell, you fucking bitch.
I'm in touch.
All right, don't let the door split you where the good Lord. How does it go? Don't let the door
hit you on your way out.
No, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord.
Sina, what Point is trying to say is that something will happen to Tehran within 48 hours.
But there's no fact behind that, though.
No, he's saying that it's going to happen from the US.
No, it is no problem, brother. It is no problem. We have to pay the price. Hey, brother, we have to pay the price, brother. I mean, no wars. No victory comes for free, brother. So if they want to hit Tehran, Bismillah. We build it up again because we are independent and we can build up our own life. Hey, fuck off, goodbye. Hey, Point, goodbye, fuck off.
Point, let him talk,
goodbye and fuck off.
Let him say it, yeah, Point, let him say it.
Yeah, pay the price. Get your checkbook out.
Okay, Point, like, what do you want them to do? Like, you're saying something's going to happen in 48 hours. What do you expect from them to do? What do you want them to do?
That's the question. That's what I was asking.
Okay, they have 10 million people, almost around 10 million people living in that area. What do you expect from them to do?
They may stampede because the president announced an immediate evacuation from another nation. The leader of the free world announced it. So some people with kids will just run. They'll leave. And that creates stampedes. That's my issue.
So what do you suggest? And remember, it's 10 million. It's 10 million.
Yeah, why? The suggestion is Elon run away to El Salvador with Melania. Just take Trump's bitch. Yeah, just take his bitch.
Is this a serious conversation, or is this a joke?
Point says a lot of good stuff, a lot of bad stuff. But this is how they talk, you know. He's just bored. That's how he talks.
No, brother. What I say is that we have been ready for this war, and we have been calculating all the scenarios. I mean, we haven't been blind and deaf. You know, we knew that America is Israel, Europe is Israel, that is Israel, this is Israel. We have enough weapon to destroy the whole Europe in one day, brother. I promise you that. And if it happens, I mean, if we have to, we will. That's it. In Iran, we say, if you have a pot not cooking for me, then fuck the pot. If the food is not mine, then I will not let anyone eat it. That's it. We have the power now. If he has the balls, Bismillah. Attack Tehran, attack anywhere. In every little village, every little town of Tehran, we have mountains. As you see the map of Iran, 63% of the country is mountains. And under those mountains, we have rockets, we have missiles, we have nuclear weapons, we have drones and everything ready for them. Let them try it, brother. That's it.
Oh, I would evacuate if I were there.
And you think we're chickens like Jews? No, brother, we're Muslims. We believe in Shahada. We believe in martyrdom. We believe in the next life. What is this life? It is Mata'un Ghalil. I'm not going to give up my dignity. I'm not going to give up my country for 20 years more of this life. We die one day, so it doesn't matter today or tomorrow. Did you see our news anchor, the girl? Did you see that?
Yes.
She was not afraid of bomb.
She walked out of it like...
That is the real Iranian people. Yeah, that is
the video that I watched about her was comparing her with the Zionist news anchors when they run and she literally just...
that is the difference.
Well, here's my point.